G'day folks, and welcome to another edition of Gormo's Shed. And what we're dealing with this week is Bullfrog Snot. Yes, it's good old Bullfrog Snot. It's a replacement for traction tyres. Basically create your own, roll your own in effect. So we'll have a look at how this works, because it's all new to me as well. So let's have a look at it now. Now what we've got here is an old Lima Australian diesel loco, and used to belong to my son, and well, still does actually, and it's probably around 26 years old. And when you look at it closely, you'll notice here on the drive end of the bogies that it's missing traction tyres. There should be a traction tyre on that wheel, and there should be a traction tyre on that wheel. And what you finish up with here, folks, if I can get a little bit closer, let's see, how are we going there? Right, yeah, there is actually a little ridge on the outside part of the wheel here to keep the traction tyre on the rim, on the wheel there. So we've got a little groove, and that's fine. The loco runs okay. But when you come to frogs and say diamond crossings or points, anything like that, where there's a bit of a difference in the rail, where it has to cross over from one to the other, this can cause a problem, because the outside edge there, the lip, will catch on the rail. This is virtually like having two flanges on a wheel. So what we've got to do is either add new traction tyres in there, or we'll put some Bullfrog Snot in, and that's what we're going to do. And I've already cleaned these wheels up to take the Bullfrog Snot, so yeah, we'll have a look at that in a sec. I've been replacing traction tyres on all my old locos, and you can't get an exact match these days. People in the model shop do the best they can, and even fit them on for me actually, but I'm just not overly impressed with how they go, so I'm going to try rolling my own with this Bullfrog Snot. So we'll see how we go. Now these old Lima locos, they pick up current from this end, and this is the drive end, so they're literally picking up one part of the current with this side, with the wheels on this side, and then the non-traction tyre side up on the drive end is picking up current there. So part of the process with this Bullfrog Snot is to actually have the wheels turning while it's applied. So there's two ways you can do it. You can make up some sort of a wiper to sit on the wheels here, so you can apply power and keep the thing running. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the loco apart so that I can put a couple of alligator clips onto the wiring near the motor, and we'll see how that goes. The other alternative is to take the motor right out, but I don't think we'll do that unless we have to. So I'll just start preparing that now. And this loco is quite simple really. You just have one retaining screw. I think this was the El Cheapo version of this loco, so there's just one retaining screw which we'll put aside, and the guts should pull out pretty quick, just like that. So there we have it. So I'm going to, I'll just bring this up a bit closer. Where are we here? Let's see. Can you see that? I need to get an alligator clip down here, and then it's easy to put one on the other end because there's a copper piece I can add it to. So I'll start setting that up now, and I'll get back to you. Okay folks, what we've got is one alligator clip on the pickup end, and we've got another one down here at the drive end. So that's the positive and negative, and I can just put that upside down in this little cradle I've got here, foam rubber. If anyone's wondering about this, there is a video about the cradle somewhere in the dim dark distant past, and now the pickup lead's just come off, so I'll have to fix that. Right, we got that sorted out, so now we'll just do a bit of a test. Over on the left there you'll see I've got an old transformer controller. It's actually got pulse wave modulation in it. It's not bad actually for an old one. And the alligator clips, and that's all connected up to the loco, as I said. Now we'll just do a quick test on it to make sure that it works. Yep, it's running. You might not be able to see that, but you can hear it. It's going. Okay. Now for this Bullfrog Snot, we need to have it running at yard speed. So we'll just start getting set up with the Bullfrog Snot now. Okay folks, to apply the Bullfrog Snot you need a little cocktail stick like this, and you have to apply it with the rotation going away from you, so the wheels will be spinning towards the camera, so the cocktail stick will be behind the wheel as it's rotating, and I'll just have to put a little drip of Bullfrog Snot on the cocktail stick, and we have to run it at what they say is yard speed, which is quite slow. And as it's going on, you can use the cocktail stick to smooth it out as well. And I think the centrifugal force of the wheel spinning makes it dry and stick evenly to the wheel. So we'll just start the process happening now, and we've got the wheels spinning. That's probably a reasonable sort of rotation. So here we go folks, we're in the deep end. I'll get this little bit of Bullfrog Snot on the stick, and apparently you just apply it to the wheel as it's going around. I think I'll put a bit more on there actually. I can see areas where it's not getting to. It's getting a better coverage now. Now I'll try some on the other wheel while we're on the job. A bit more I think. You can, once it's dry, you can set the loco up in the same way and have the wheels rotating, and you can use a sharp blade to trim it off, clean it up in effect. There's a bit of a knack to this. I'm just trying to spread the snot around evenly. I think I need some more on that wheel. Right, that's better. I might just add a little bit more to this one, because I can still see the rim. I need to build this up a bit here. Okay, we'll let it go at that for a second. No, we won't. I'll still add a bit more here. This looks uneven. I'll just try and even it out a bit. That's got it. Beautiful. Same on this one. Just a very, very light touch with the cocktail stick does the job. Beautiful. It's coming along now, folks. It's looking like it's supposed to look. Okay. Now, apparently, I've got to leave it rotating there for about 10 minutes. And then we have to let it cure overnight. Hey folks, that's about all we can do at the moment. We have to let it rotate for a while, and they say it's best to really let it cure overnight or for several hours. So we won't know the fruits of my labours for quite some time yet. But I think it's looking okay. I think it's going to work out all right. So I'll get back to you probably tomorrow morning, the way we're going here. Okay. Hang in there, I'll be back. Okay folks, it's been a good few hours now that have passed since I last spoke to you, and the Bullfrog Snot has taken pretty well to the wheels here. So I'm just about to go and give it a run and see how it goes. I've got another one on the boil as we speak. I've got it running at the moment to while one of the wheels dries out. It's off my 9F, and I feel as though I've improved the technique with that one, and I'll show you a bit about that in a minute, but first we'll have a look at this and see how it runs. Right, here we go folks. We'll run it over some points and do a couple of laps around the great chest of it here. So away we go. So you just have trouble on this double slip here. Just gone straight through that. And the other set of points looks like the problem is solved. Now she goes into the fiddle yard. We'll come out the other end and have a look at it over there. We've got it diverted to go through the yard platform. It should come out in a second here. Yes, I'd say this has been a success. Yep, it's through double slips and everything there, no problem at all. Okay, we'll just back it up. Yep. Bring it forward again. Slow it down. Now, it starts out green, but as you run it around, the tyres are starting to dirty up already. It just shows you how dirty the track is probably. But they start to blend in, so the green is not really a problem. Yeah, so I've still got my 9F running outside, so I better go and sort that out. And I'll show you something about the technique that I picked up while I was doing the 9F. Okay, what I found was that, this is the tender for the 9F by the way, what I found was that the instructions virtually have you dropping the Bullfrog Snot on from behind while the wheel is rotating. So like this here now. And I found that it goes on fine, and it tends to spread up onto the flange as well. And that, again, that's fine, but I found that if, I'll just move the camera a bit, I found that if I then come at a right angle to the wheel, and if I lightly, with a dry cocktail stick, if I lightly go down the flange and wipe it down with the stick, and it sort of levels out on the actual wheel as well, it levels out the goo there, wipe the stick if you've got some on there, and if you've still got some on the flange, go back and do it again until you get a clean flange, and you finish up with a pretty neat job. This is going to be a better job than the diesel was, but you learn as you go. I also should point out that when you first put the Bullfrog Snot on, it's this particular colour green here. This is in the process of drying. It's a lighter shade of green, and when it's actually dry, it goes this darker shade of green. Yeah, I tried to trim this a bit too early, and I mucked up this one, so I just peeled it off and put another one on. That's the beauty of this stuff. You muck it up and you just say, oh well, stuff it. I'll just pull that off and start again. It's that simple. So I'm pretty confident this one's going to turn out really good, actually. So there you are. So there you are. There's the Bullfrog Snot, folks. It's not cheap, but I tell you what, I think it's a pretty good product. I can see this coming in very handy. I think the original concept for it was to improve traction, because I've seen a demonstration where somebody had a small American loco pulling a couple of coaches up an incline, and the wheels were spinning on the loco, and then they gave the loco the treatment with this stuff, and it pulled the coaches up the incline easily. Now I probably will only be using it as a replacement for traction tyres, but if you had a loco that was struggling up an incline, it might come in handy. But you've got to bear in mind, if you coat a standard wheel with this, you're going to lose some electrical pickup, so you've got to weigh one against the other. So if you had a multi-wheel vehicle, you might be able to do one axle possibly and gain a bit of traction that way, but you'd have to be very careful how you approach that. Anything that's already set up with traction tyres is not a problem, because that problem's already sorted out. So yeah, you'd have to look at it carefully if you're just going for pure traction. But anyway, I should give you a disclaimer and say that I have no affiliation with Bullfrog Snot. Can't even say it. And yeah, I'm just a satisfied customer, so I just thought I'd let you all know about this. So keep it in mind, folks. Bullfrog Snot. That's the front there. That'll give you an idea of it. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some good results with this. Anyway, check it out, and I'll see you next week. Cheers, Gormo.